Take one.
Welcome back.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the Rieg AD Show. The first one for the year, and the first one since 2020.
Yeah, it's been an interesting while.
Yeah, we've been busy. I'm very lucky last year to have a almost fully booked, very busy, jam-packed year, and we, as far as New Year's resolutions are concerned, we decided the end of last year that we're really gonna make time and prioritize the show again, because we had so much positive feedback, meeting clients that's been following our YouTube channel, and we just saw that it is a bigger success and it reaches actually more people than we initially thought.
Yeah, I think it's like most people will tell you that it's got anything on YouTube. About, I think, 85% of people that watch our show or our episodes are not subscribed to it. So you think there's only a few people watching it, but there's actually a huge amount of people watching. And that's why we said we definitely need to bring this back to life.
And while we're at it, subscribe so that we can see how many people are actually watching and are enjoying the show. And please leave some comments behind. Okay, so today's talk is all about you're engaged and now what? I mean, during the December holiday, there were so many people that got engaged. It was like, I think it's the most popular time of year, December,
engaged, yeah.
Because Christmas wasn't even as jam-packed as the engagements. I cannot even recollect how many of the people that we know of our town in Jeffreys Bay who got engaged, and even in the Eastern Cape. And yeah, it's just a very popular season. And now, as we say, now what?
Yeah, I think, what would you say is the first thing to do after you got engaged from a woman's perspective? Because I think, I don't want to say it's not important to the guys. It's obviously very important to the guys, but I think the girls view it from a different perspective.
Yes.
Okay.
Obviously, post a photo on Facebook and Insta and all your platforms, WhatsApp stories and everything. And in saying that, obviously you're going to show off the ring, but make sure that your nails are neat. And I don't know if Richard wants to tell the story.
Yeah. I want to tell two things. The one is over the years, there's been quite a few engagements that we were involved with. We actually photographed the engagement part. And it was nice to know that a lot of those guys spent the time and the effort to get their fiancés a voucher for a manicure and things like that beforehand. So their hands were looking their best at that point of actually, getting engaged and taking the photographs. But that being said, we also saw a photograph on Facebook over December with the most beautiful ring on a beautiful lady's hand, only for the guy's fingers to look like he just finished changing oil on his car. So I really think, guys, if you are going to do the effort to ask your girl to get engaged, and if there's going to be photos taken, take those 5 minutes to actually just clean your nails, because I mean, nothing takes away as quickly as dirty nails do. And I mean, I know it happens to all of us, but I mean, if you're going to do something big like getting engaged, I think it's worthwhile making sure your nails are clean.
For sure. And that also being said, you don't have to go for acrylic or false nails or anything like that. Neat and clean is always the most beautiful.
The idea is the ring is the thing. Okay, so you need to showcase the ring. The ring needs to stand out. And I mean, that's what you want to happen. So you don't want it to be distracted by something else.
Yes.
So just neat is fine, and just make sure it's clean. Then
Yes.
the ring will shine, and the ring will do all the work.
Yes, so that is the first thing I think that any girl will do is post on
And then what's
social
next?
media.
What do you think you should be doing next?
Contact the family and organize a party.
Phone your parents. Phone your parents.
Yeah, parents. The parents obviously are supposed to know, because hopefully the partners ask for permission. So.
Yeah, but I think also just once it's done, quickly phone them, because they're probably just as anxious. I mean, the few times again that we were involved, the parents are often somewhere in the background and they're very anxious to find out.
The first to know,
yes,
yeah.
So take the effort to let them know as soon as possible. And then maybe organize something for the families to get to know one another.
Get together.
A little get together. It can be formal. I know in some cultures and some traditions, it's a formal engagement party, and then sometimes it's just a braai or everyone meeting up at a restaurant.
Yes.
But I do think it's a great idea for everyone to get to know one another. All too often on weddings, you realize that the people are meeting one another for the first time. It doesn't happen a lot with the parents, but the brothers and the sisters and fairly close families sometimes only meet their counterparts in the other family on the wedding day, and
it's awkward.
Yeah.
That's all that you can say about it. It is an awkward situation.
So organize something. Okay, then from there onwards, I think maybe that's something that happened to us many years, and Eidie can talk about it. But I know some of the guys will immediately, once they buy that ring, they will actually insure it. But if you haven't done it, I think once the excitement is past and everything, that Monday morning, a good call is probably a call to your broker to make sure that wedding ring is properly insured.
Excellent advice. We were in the unfortunate situation that my engagement or my wedding ring got lost not even a year after we got married, and luckily it was insured, and we had the finance to replace it, actually upgraded a bit. So
but I mean I think it's like anything
it
that's
is
valuable.
a practical thing that you have to insure. Anything can happen.
Okay, so then once that's done, I think it's important to start considering a few things, and probably the most important thing would be, and I really think even before you start talking to vendors, is to really start trying to get a date. I think a lot of people will, going with the date is obviously things like putting together a little bit of a budget. Where do we want to get married? Is it going to be in our hometown? Is it going to be some other place? It's going to be some location or some dream location, if I can put it that way. But I do think start considering the date.
Yes, I think with that, the date is usually connected with the venue. I mean,
yes.
If you're roundabout looking, there's a lot of people that get married during the holidays so that their family and friends have time to travel.
Long weekends are very popular as well.
But those dates are extremely popular. So just bear that in mind, that a lot of the weddings that we do is booked already a year in advance.
Often 12 to 18 months in advance. I mean, I think in this last 3 weeks of 2022, we've probably had about 6 or 7 inquiries for dates that's already booked, and we're talking late in the year. And I know the same's happening with a lot of the venues, etc. So really the first thing is, start looking at a date. And once you have a date, it's so much easier to talk to your vendors and your suppliers. I mean, I know you have to compile a budget and things like that, but it's always frustrating if people tell you we're planning to get married, but they can't give you a date. So you can give them pricing, but I mean, obviously, if it's going to be 2022, it's one thing. If it's going to be 2023, it's a different thing. So so a date is a very, very good start. And then share that with your family and your close friends, especially the people you want to be there. Even before you send out a formal save a date, it's maybe good for them to just know that, for instance, you plan to get married in December 2022. And then they can just keep it in the back of their minds that if they start making plans and things like that, they can actually,
work around it.
But then we've touched on it. Then I think a budget is a very, very good idea. Just, for yourself, start figuring out how much money are you willing to spend on your wedding, and what is important for you. I think we can make more episodes later on where we dig deeper into a lot of these things.
We will definitely.
But just start there. It's a good starting point to know how much do we have to spend. And
to not get yourself in trouble.
Or overextended or anything like that.
With having a too big wedding. It's never worth it.
I think we almost married for 22 years. And I mean, thinking back, I mean, the wedding was amazing. I mean, I don't think we wanted any other way. But we also did it in such a way that after we got married, we didn't sit with any extra pressure on us to repay things or something like that.
Yes.
So be kind to yourselves as well. I mean, the wedding is awesome, and I mean, we're in the wedding industry. It's an amazing thing, but you're also starting a life together.
Yes.
So be very considerate of that. And then I think something that's more Eidie's alley is more your style or your direction you want to go.
Yes, there's a lot of places where you can get ideas. Pinterest, out of a photographer point of view. Pinterest is sometimes the worst reference for us because a lot of brides come with 15 images from Pinterest, but it is 15 different weddings of maybe celebrities. So just bear in mind to be realistic as well. Everything that you see.
If you've got unlimited budget, it's fine.
And if the day can be 48 hours.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not possible. If you think about style, what we always recommend, even with clothing, this is now more for the decor, but think timeless. A lot of the styles is trendy now, but trends also tend to go out of fashion in quite a short time. So just think timeless, that you don't sit in a situation where in a couple of years' time you think, oh my word, what was I thinking? I had an experience like that with my hair. Not the hairdresser's fault.
She warned you.
I didn't listen to her. But yeah, just if you can learn from that.
Yeah. I think it's a Pinterest. Yeah. Just be careful. I mean, people tend to cherry pick the best part of every single wedding, and then they try to recreate all of that on their day. So it was almost like the pinnacle of each one of those weddings, and then they try to recreate everything. So pick something that's important for you, that's kind of the highlight of your day, and work towards that.
Yes.
Don't try and do everything.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, then I think once all of these little steps have been done, it's good to start talking to your vendors. Like we said, your venues, your dress designers, especially the more popular ones, and
photographers.
Your photographers and your videographers tend to be booked 12 to 18 months in advance.
Yeah.
So it's really worthwhile chatting to them as soon as possible. And if you've set a date and you've confirmed the date of the venue, start booking those suppliers. I mean, then obviously the rest follows as time passes, and we'll get to them. But I think there's a very good and an easy way for someone to kickstart their planning, especially if they've got married recently.
Yep.
And what would that be? Would you say?
The Bridal EXPO
Yes.
at Running Waters, which is
and
this
it's
weekend.
happening this weekend.
Saturday and Sunday. It's only, what is it, $50 or?
It's 50 Rand to enter, and we're going to get Eben on the phone now quickly. And I think, let's.
And
let's
really,
call him up.
they have everything there, everything that you can think of, everything that you didn't even think about. They've got so many good vendors represented at that Bridal EXPO. If you're planning to get married in our area, it is really, it's a wonderful Bridal EXPO to come and visit.
And I think it's going to kickstart your planning. So let's get Eben on the call, and let's have a quick listen and hear from him what we can expect this weekend. We did warn him we want to call him.
Rieg
Eben, how are you?
Good and you?
Fine, thanks. Welcome again to the Rieg AD Show.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Way too long.
Well, way too long, and we said this is one of our big undertakings for the years to bring it back. I think 2020 was horrible for all of us, and in 2021 we don't even want to talk about. So
it can only get better.
Yes.
It can only get better.
So we've already quickly introduced everyone to the fact that the expo is happening this weekend. So maybe I think you can highlight what can someone expect this weekend.
Well, I think we need to start off with taking it way back 3 years ago when we were the Eastern Cape's biggest wedding and bridal expo. And then obviously COVID came along, the big C, no one wants to talk about it, and it cleared out. But the good thing, sounds bad what I'm going to say now, but it cleared out all the bad oaks. So in between, obviously, exhibitors came in and people want to exhibit, but all the small oaks came along. And the problem with that is that's not always the best oaks. But when the big C came out, it cleared everyone. So the oaks at this weekend's Running Waters Bridal Expo is the top of the cream of the top. What is that right word? Is the who's and what's and what's. The people, right. the people the public want to see. That's the people going to be there.
Okay, I hear you, and I think that's true. I think all of us have seen that. It was hard times for a lot of us, but the ones that really stuck to their guns are the ones who survived, and the guys who were serious about the industry. And I think that's something we've always said. Yes. We're serious about this industry. It's not just a sideline gig or something we do on weekends. It is our life and it's our livelihood. So that's
Exactly.
That's
And
awesome to hear.
yeah, and also just regarding just a stupid example, I spoke to someone previously about this, and for you guys especially, it's photography and videography, you had in 2019, 2018, you guys had proper equipment.
Yes.
And that's the thing, is that proper equipment has carried you guys through to, in the 2022, just offer a fantastic service. And so it's for the rest of the exhibitors as well. So it's this weekend. It's on Saturday and Sunday, as you guys know by now.
Yes.
And it's pretty much everyone in the trade. So if, in different aspects, of course, from venues, there's obviously catering involved. There's vintage cars, modern cars, photography, videography, wedding dresses, invitations, makeup, hair, guest lodges, or even attorneys, not divorce attorneys, the other one. The other one. And it's just honeymoon suites. It's pretty much, and there's a food tent, there's a coffee bar. We've got this new area we're showing off in our venues, our third venue. We pretty much made it into Afrikaans words like a kuier tent.
Oh, awesome.
Where people afterwards it's at the wooden spoon by where people after grab something to eat, go sit there, have some wine.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, yeah, we're excited. It's about time. You know, this year we focused a lot on refresh, be new, be something wow.
Okay. Oh, wonderful. We are so looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And the cost?
It has to be great.
The cost, we said it's going to be 50 Rand, but I heard something about a weekend pass as well?
Yeah, so in the past we had to split it up and you pay for it every day, but this year we said, you know what, it's $50 to get into the place, 50 Rand, not bucks. I can imagine people bring Springboks along. And that's not the ones who won the World Cup, so I'm talking about other bucks against the field. So it's 50 Rand to enter the expo, it's a weekend pass. So what often happens is that people come on a Saturday, and it's maybe the bride and the mum and the cousin or whatever, and then on the Saturday they want to come back and show the groom and show the rest of the family, bring the dad along, and then they have to repay. So now we've opened up as a weekend special. So you pay 50 Rand to come in. You can come in 30 times if you like. It doesn't matter.
That's awesome.
And you can buy a status. Yeah, it's all about the people. This year we're focusing a lot. It's all about the people.
And on a little bit more socializing, I think we are all hungry for that. So let's celebrate that.
Network. I'm scared to say social because then it's not social distance. You know,
when I said it, I realized.
But let's focus on networking. I think networking is a crucial word because networking you can still do with a mask on.
Yes.
But people miss people, and people miss talking to new people. Yeah. This is, it's every year there's new people getting married. And getting engaged and this whole planning to get married, even though I had a bride, and also she's only getting married in, I think it was the 24th of May, 2024. Okay. And that's quite some time from now. Yes. But, she's welcome to come through. The groom is welcome to come through. It's important that they are still getting married. Yes. There's going to be ministers. There's everyone is going to be here. But the question is are they going to be at the public?
No, they're definitely going to be there. And I'm so glad to hear about that weekend pass because exactly that thing that you said happened to us. We often get the bride that comes through on the Saturday, and then on a Sunday you see her again, and then like you said, either the fiance is with her or then the mom is with her, and you know when they come back that they're serious. So I'm glad that they've got that opportunity to come back.
Yeah, for the exhibitors, I think it's crucial. And then Eidie, and then soon explain to you guys. I'll just mention the gal again, if I may. The biggest mistake Wedding Expos made 2017 and earlier was just too much of everything. So there was 19 wedding dresses, 72 different photographers. This is all split up into a certain amount in each trade. Okay. So for example, I think there's only 3 DJs. I think only five photographers, if I'm not wrong. I think there's only 2 videographers. Wedding dresses only 6, so that you know that if you walk in, it's the 6 that's there is there to represent you. So it's for the public, it's just too overwhelming. It's like going to a car dealership and it's just too many. And you start losing track of what you really wanted. Yeah, and that's the big thing.
I think that's very important. Now, that's great to know. So they can know if they walk in there, they're getting quality suppliers, And there is variety, but it's manageable.
Yes.
That's the main thing.
It's exclusive.
It's
Exclusive,
exclusive.
Yeah, that's a nice word. So, and you get the value for the 50 Rand, of course.
Definitely.
And you know, someone called me just prior to you guys and asked, but are we allowed to bring family along? I think that just for family, you know, if you've got a younger sister or brother, bring them.
Yeah.
Why not? You know, let them sit outside at the couches, have some coffee. The Taste of Italy will be doing our coffee stations.
Ooh, lekker.
Come have a cappuccino or chai tea, whatever you prefer. And, you know, if they want to sit down and you walk around, it's also okay. Don't leave them at home. Bring them along. It's good.
And Eben, is there going to be a gin bar?
Yeah, at your stand. There's always something like that. There's always needs to be something twisting the tail, some element of surprise. It's it's just on a completely different note, and maybe the public doesn't know this, but the vendors, of course, exhibitors will be having their own little social after on Saturday after the expo. And the reason why, again, are we doing this? For the public might think, well, it's got nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
But that's where you're wrong, because the thing is, myself and Rieg AD will meet up, we'll talk about today, and tomorrow when the public comes through on the Sunday, Rieg AD's going to say, you know what, if you're looking for a venue, go chat to Eben.
Yes.
Or I would say vice versa. It's
Totally
a relationship building. It's
That
all about
networking.
relationship. Networking,
That
not
is-
socially.
Yeah,
Networking.
that is an excellent idea, Eben. We're looking forward to that part. Yeah.
No, we're super excited. You know, we had this meeting in the beginning of Jan, and we said to ourselves, you know what, if it needs to be fresh, it's going to start with us.
Yes.
And we need to carry it over into our exhibitors. And the fact that you guys are calling me today shows that it has gone that route. And obviously, it's going to go into the public, and the public's going to have a jaw.
Yes, we're going to share
Everywhere.
the dingus out of it out.
I don't know what the dingus is on the app, but
The
we'll say
dingus.
it's good.
It's English
It's a lot
for
It's-
dingus.
It's a lot of sharing.
Yeah.
Well, Eben,
Eben, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. We know you're busy. You have to organize a lot of things, and you guys are always on the run. So thanks a lot,
thanks so
and
much.
regards to your wife.
and we'll see you on.
I will. Good luck to you guys as well, and thank you
Thanks.
for allowing us the opportunity as well.
Thanks,
Have a
thanks,
blessing of a
Eben.
day.
Thanks, you too.
Cheers, Eben.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers, bye.
It's always lovely speaking to Eben. One of the few people that talks more than me.
Competition for Eidie. Okay, so there you've got it. I think if you're getting married, even if you've got most of your suppliers already, there's no excuse not to go to the expo this weekend.
Even just to get ideas. If you're in the final preparations, I mean, you can maybe already have a lot of things lined up, but just there are so many ideas that you see at that expo. I mean, I sometimes get so excited and wish I could get married again. It's really the ideas that people have now are, it's insane. The creativity is
Off the
stunning.
charts, So that's it from our side today. Thank you very much for watching and for listening. We really hope you guys are going to come visit us at the expo this weekend.
Really.
We'll definitely make it worth your while. And keep looking out for us. This will be more regular. And if there's anything specific you guys want us to cover or chat about, let us know.
Please do.
Yeah, we're going to be focusing on wedding planning for a while now. And
even for other vendors that wants us to visit them, let us know in the drop-down box, and please like and subscribe.
Yeah, definitely. It's important.
Thank you, guys. Have a lovely day.
Have an awesome day. Cheers. Thank you.